Hi, my name is Arnie Sigurdsson. I will be discussing the chapter Seeing and Knowing from the book The Telltale Brain by Ramachandran, and basically my thoughts on the chapter. Um, I liked the way this chapter focused on vision. I thought it was very interesting in many ways. In the example with John, who had a hard time of recognizing things after he had a stroke, it messed up that brain region of recognizing some things. Um, he had a hard time of just figuring out what certain things were. So, like with the example with a carrot, they showed him a picture of a carrot. He thought it resembled a paintbrush because of the fuzzy tip and the long body, I guess. And so, I mean, I guess that means that he recognizes some things like the paintbrush. I mean, yeah, since he knows what the paintbrush is, does that mean that he would recognize a paintbrush if it was shown to him? And the same goes as when they showed him a picture of a goat. He thought it was a dog. I mean, that means he recognizes a dog. And does that mean that he only recognizes dogs but not other animals, or some animals and not others? I mean, I thought this was kind of unclear by the author. What kind of things does he recognize, and I guess kind of like connect them to, like if he doesn't recognize the thing, he connects them to another that he does recognize. And since this John has lost these aspects of his mind, I guess I was thinking, could he regain them with training or something? And what I mean by that is really like what the author mentions is that he says that some brain parts move to different regions after they are haven't been used for a while, due to maybe like the region that controls your arm. If your arm was amputated, that region would kind of move over since it's not being used, yeah, it's still there. It doesn't disappear. But I mean, can that like not recognizing objects, could that be regained by training or something of that sort? I think that would be really interesting to find out, and probably would take a lot of research and experiments to see if that is at all possible. Um, uh, I thought it was very interesting about how we do not simply just see images in the back of our heads. That's not how our vision works. It's more that we create symbolic descriptions of the image or the object that we're looking at. So the aspects and features of the image or the thing that we are looking at, they're sent with with nerve impulses, I guess, to the brain region, and it kind of describes it for you too, so you are able to recognize it. And it's not that we see an image of it in the back of our head and that's how we recognize it. So with this aspect, I think it's very interesting, and I like how the author mentions that we take things like vision for granted. Like this is such a complicated thing that we have developed, that the human body has developed, and this is something I've been thinking about, that throughout our development, throughout these many millions of years, just how really complicated things we have developed, how we just, like in normal life, take them for granted and just think that they're so normal. But I guess that's mainly people that don't really think about things like this, like vision and stuff. They maybe just, I don't know, like people in neuroscience, they really think about how it all works and really are trying to understand how it does, and it's then when you realize how really complicated it is. And so, yeah, we take things like that for granted, and just how the brain works is so complicated, and how we have developed it, how it's developed just, with us. So I think that's it's very notable by the author. I thought it was really weird when we saw the image of black ink splatterings, and at first you just see black splatterings, and then if you look at it long enough, you're supposed to see an image or scene or something, and I looked at it for quite a while. I didn't see anything, but I guess I'll just have to look at it longer. And I think that's kind of cool, actually, because I guess you're looking at the image and you just see black splatterings, and that's kind of the description your brain is giving you. but when you look at it long enough, it's puzzling together a description, making the scene out for you, and so it kind of takes a while. So it's kind of like camouflage or something. It's just like if it blends in with the with maybe a jungle or something, that it will take you a while when you just look at it long enough to see, oh, it's not part of it. So like it's kind of the brain just working it out, I guess, the images you're looking at. I thought that was pretty cool.